As somebody who deals with inquiries all the time, I would say you do need to, for the inquiry to be dealt with as efficiently and as effectively as possible. But in theory, no, you don't have to be represented. You can represent yourself. There's no legal requirement for you to have an accountant or a solicitor with you at all. But it's like any specialist skill, unless you're very adept and very good at turning your hand to different things, you probably aren't going to make a very good job of it. There are two schools of thought on this. I meet tax advisors who say that they've got experience of clients being treated very differently when they started dealing with the inquiry under their own steam and then moved to them as an advisor. I personally haven't seen that, but there is a school of thought that says the revenue tend to be more respectful of someone who has an agent dealing with them. That's actually a really tough question to answer, because unfortunately there are people out there set up as advisors who aren't advisors. They're not registered with any particular professional body, and the man on the street doesn't really know when somebody's a good accountant or tax consultant or not. So my recommendation would always be to ask for a recommendation. If you don't get any names put forward to begin with, then ask around, widen your search. There's nothing better than speaking to someone who's been through an inquiry to get a referral to their accountant. Initially I would rely on what would appear to be fairly obvious questions. What qualifications have they got? Are they with a registered accounting or tax body? But then I think you need to dig a bit deeper than that. Particularly in the area of inquiry work, in the tax world, you need somebody who's experienced. They don't have to be people who are ex-Inland Revenue, although some people prefer to deal with people who've moved from the revenue into practice. But definitely somebody who's used to dealing with inquiries, doesn't shy away from dealing with the Inland Revenue, who can give you some kind of history of the contact they've had with the revenue and how they've dealt with inquiries.